SIXSQUATCH.
We're gonna tease you here. First of all, we're back. It's been way too long, and it's been a lot of work. Luckily, we've been filming through it, so what you're about to see is what we did. Well, I don't know. We did a little while ago.
Like 6 months ago.
Yeah, it was spring.
Yeah,
so
it was early spring.
yeah, because it's been December since we put a video out. Sorry, you know, life happens. We've had a lot going on, and we're about to start sharing all of this massive, huge event. Well, not just one event; it's a huge thing.
It's a bunch of things.
So let's get to the video, and then at the end we'll give you some more update and information on this. So, plan is right now. We're going to try to finish up the body work for the front end, and we're going to make a bunch of noise, pound some metal, doing a little bit of welding. We're going to get this thing kind of wrapped up today. Is the plan? Body work across the front. If we can get that body work done, those panels can be prepped for paint. And you know what happens when we paint it? It starts to go together for its final time. We need to actually get some work done.
Yeah.
Okay, should we? You really think that's okay, huh?
Don't put it into my face.
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Okay?
Yep.
Alright, so what I'm doing here, baby girl, is these things come up at a peak like this.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to cut them and drop them down and line them up. All right. So I'm trying to figure out the best place to do it without the least amount of work to fix it. I need to shorten up this area here. Okay. I need to bring it down to about here. So we're going to cut a pretty decent chunk out. So we're going to cut right there, and we're going to cut right there. So I got a bump right here that I got to do something with, but I can pound that down, okay? But what we got to do is got to get a little tighter. Oh, we need to cut a little bit more out of that, okay? And then we need to cut a little bit down through here. So we'll still have to pound right there just a little bit, and I got a bump that kind of flares up right there that I got to take down, and then we'll start tack welding this up and start tack welding all this stuff in place and get it all put together, and then we'll be able to finish it up. These didn't line up originally because they were from two different trucks, 2 different years and everything else, F600s, and we cut this one back here, well, got this one back and this one back. We took the 2 long pieces and put them together. So that's what we've got now. Okay, so what I've got going on here is this thing was arched way out. So I put a block in here at my high point, or low point, whatever, and then I've clamped this down, you know, with my convoluted mess. Smooth this so we don't blow it up. And then I'm going to weld down here a little bit, then release it and see where it lines up. Is it not out?
No.
It's out? Okay, I'm thinking we need to rotate this thing first. Hold on. Oh, grab it, lift. Grab lift, rotate. Grab this piece. When I say I have the fender, it means I have the fender, okay? Okay, take that and go put it down over there somewhere. I've got to fill a bunch of these little holes, but we need to get that plate back on in a minute. But what we got to do first is we got to figure out what we're going to do to fix this. What we're going to do is, instead of cutting out and repairing and replacing the outside skin of this fender, which is a pain, it takes forever, I've added about a 14 gauge. Basically just going to weld it in place around where the rust is, and then tack weld it down here good, stitch it in, and then we'll probably do some stitches underneath, and then we'll be able to go to the back side and fill in where we've got the holes through the rust on the other side. Okay, start with the N2, goes on the underneath. Didn't it go underneath it? Yeah, it did go underneath it. Okay, so on this, basically, I wasn't able to keep this body line straight to weld it. So we bolted this back in to help line it up. Now, if I weld it, most likely I'm going to weld it to the bottom sheet. So what we're going to do, we're going to weld a little tab across here temporarily. Okay, we'll weld it on there, and then we'll weld, basically we'll weld up what we can without welding it to this. So probably the face here and this, and clean this up. So I had it overlap before, and I cut it out so we could get a nice straight weld on there, so it'll fit good with the hood, because it was interfering with the hood. And so what we'll do is we'll weld this tab on, and that way it'll help hold the fender straight. And then I can come back after we remove this and I do whatever welding I need to, then we can weld across that and be just fine. Got it? Yeah. Good. Ruins the magnetic ability. Okay, it's ugly, but the holes are filled. Sort of like right here. Yeah, get that door up here. We'll try to get that door put together today. I'm gonna grab me a rubber mallet. We need this bend to go like this. Then we need an immediate one right after to go back like that. It's got to go like this and over. So this one will be bending from the back side. Worst case scenario, we cut it off. Oh, guys. You gonna do what? What are you doing? I'll just turn it off, yeah. Or you can grab it and hold it.
Why does it curl?
Because this side's pushing it up while it's doing it. It's great actually because it gets it out of my way. Okay, so we got it bend. Give me the rubber mallet, Tegan. Let's see how this is looking. That's actually lined up really well. Move. Oh, that's lined up really well too. I still got this rusted corner to fix, but we'll do that. Right now, the main thing is getting this door panel put together. I gotta screw these together before I clamp this so it doesn't pull it back down. It's not magnetic.
Let me see if I can magnetic.
Yeah. Yeah, I just got too much of a bump there. So there's too much of a bump there. This side's pretty dang close. But right about here is where I started to get too much. So what we'll do is we'll hold it in place, and then what we'll do is let it pop up a little bit or push it down and weld it together, and then finish and do the weld that way. And if I have to, I'll get on the try to get on the inside and pound it out a little bit.
There go my jeans.
Be gentle because this thing's barely on there, okay? All right, we can see our bend in here now, and that should be out of the way and clear. Looks like it's lined up very well. Now, what I'm doing is I want to use this on the bottom side so I don't damage the, I'm trying not to damage the panel, and that way I can put a lot more pressure by using another piece of metal to distribute it instead of having it on a fine point, because I'm smashing this side a little at a time, but I don't want to damage the other side and have to put Bondo or something in there or rip it apart and redo it.
I can just do all that down there though.
Yeah, I'm saying days like today. We're using a lot of batteries.
You have the batteries. No, they're all inside. No, last time you came out, there's no battery. Check top red. And check top blue. Okay.
I need you over the side. Basically, I don't know which way. You're okay. I know you're trying to do everything you can for me. Using this to really pinch it down. Complete that. Watch their hot. You get all these pieces of metal out. Hold it up. Move it over to the edge so it hold it up. Hold it. Okay. So I'm attempting to do all this body work. I'll admit, my biggest frustration with this, besides how tedious it is wondering if I'm going to do a good enough job with it. I want to get it done, but my patience is thin for this, or just the time I've allotted for this is not much. And so it's a little bit frustrating to spend all day, and I'm like, I was trying to mentally prepare myself for today. just doing body work. And my OCD is telling me, I want to go deal with those hoses right there. I want to go deal with SIXSQUATCH right there, instead of dealing with this door and these fenders back here behind us. There's two fenders. Yeah, that one and that one. Whatever, back there you see them. And then those doors. I was trying to mentally prepare myself for this today, but man, I'll tell you, I don't know how the auto body guys do it. Okay, the question is, how much do we want to reveal to them?
I think everything but the big project.
We did a huge move, and next couple of videos we're going to have a lot more to it, and then actually this whole next year's worth is going to be this new project. SIXSQUATCH will be included in it, but we'll do a quick little pan shot and show you. And there's your tease. Can't wait to show you guys what's going on.